Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the peeps from the cult, I welcome you to the grand finals of Amateur League Tournament Weekly Tournament number 154, which is taking place on 29th of March of 2026. And our finalists are going to duke it out and see who is the best. And on the left bottom corner on Winter Madness Ladder Edition, we have the Terran player in blue colors called TheAnswer, coming from the Void community, and his opponent on the top left corner in the red colors playing Protoss is SmiteSteelUA, coming from Freedom House community. I don't know where TheAnswer actually is from. We know that he's also called the Nulie. At least he's participating everywhere as the Nulie or Nulie, but his nickname for some reason is TheAnswer. I don't know why. Maybe altcont. I don't know. Maybe taking nickname. Well, whatever it is, I will call him TheAnswer, and I will call the Protoss player the Smite. Well, anyways, yeah, the first opener is Pylon into Gateway into, I believe, Natural. The Pylon again is next to the Nexus, so this might be again a wall-off with a Cyber Core against any Reaper shenanigans from the Terran player. Well, looks like the Terran player is planning to go for the command center. Yeah, and successfully done so by chasing away the probe, and the command center is being built right after the Reaper is coming. There is a wall off being finished off with the supply depot in case of adepts coming up from the opponent, so you can lift the buildings. Once again, the adepts cannot go through the buildings, adepts can go through the units with their shades, and therefore fully blocking the main could be very useful in case the adepts is the play. Anyways, the Reaper is out. It's going over the map. How did I follow it? Like this. We're gonna follow it to enjoy the ride. Well, as I said already, the Cybernetics core is walling off fully the ability for the Reaper. No, it's not actually. There is a gap. Yep, find the answer that there is a gap. And yeah, he's rotating the mineral line now actively, while this Stalker is supposed to defend against it. There is a warp gate being researched, but there is already a shield battery in the mineral line, so basically the Protoss player has taken care of that. Why the Mariner was called to the front lines, no idea. He wanted to participate, and his friend too. I believe that is a banner. Basically, the barracks have bad what you call banner, I believe, of the attack. What was that? I thought I saw recall, but that was my bad. Maybe I made a mistake. Anyways, I might have missed something. The second gas has been taken. There is a factory. There is a starport. I believe that TheAnswer is going to go for the mine drop, which he did show to us previously. The tech of choice is going to be Twilight Council here from the Protoss player, and he's moving out with the 3 Stalkers. Well, in this case, only defensive point is the bunker. There is Blink on the way in this case, which is really cool. That's a good advantageous thing for the Stalkers. There is robotics facility. There's actually no, it's one. Yeah, it's one robotics facility and double gateways coming. So it could be like 4 gate Blink Stalkers for a little bit of time. Well, the mines burrowed themselves in expectation of the Stalkers, and there goes the Medivac around the map for the mine drop. That's only 2 mines there, but yeah, the Stalkers have been recalled back, all of them. Yeah. They're stabbing their way across the map. Oh, Hellion was here. I believe the Reaper was lost, so Hellion is the aggression. We saw TheAnswer playing already, so we are kind of familiar with his playstyle against the Protoss. Or that was not against the Protoss? Or that was against the Protoss? That was against the Protoss. Was it against the same Protoss is the question? No, it was against the another Protoss. Yeah. Well, my brain is not braining, which is understandable. It's getting late already. And yeah, I'm a little bit sleep deprived lately. It happens. We'll try to fix it until tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyways, the medevac comes in, the blink is here, there's a couple more gateways coming in, the probes are being pulled away, so medevac, the mine drop has been completely defended. Not really, it's just dodged, I would say, but stalkers will be pinned here to go after the medevac. The blink is finished right now, it's revealed immediately, and the observer is already here, and yeah, the 3 stalkers will be pinning down the medevac. Yes, this is the final of the finals of today's tournament. Well, meanwhile, while those medevac is being pinned, the Protoss player has taken the 3rd pylon shield battery. Oh, there is actually a liberator arriving here on the natural. Will that be spotted? And he's actually going for the robotics bay, which means that there might be Colossi mixed in the action. One stalker goes down, and yeah, there is the immortal being made and charge being researched right now. Well, the Terran player is just building his 3rd base right now in the main base, so he will fly it over. The observer is here to scout out the situation. I think it has been spotted by the Marines. Yeah, it was considered if there is a scan accessible, but unfortunately, yeah, Terran player does not have enough energy for a scan to snipe it down, so unfortunately everything has been revealed until such times come. Meanwhile, Terran player is going for steam, marine medipacks, and obviously +1 is also hitting in. There should be 2nd engineering base soonly joining in, and there will be a push of 2 mines, 2 siege tanks, 2 medivacs, and a lot of marines and marauders. Well, that hit might actually come little bit before the Colossi is out. I don't think there is a thermal lance upgrade just started, yeah, so that's still going to be restricting the Colossi range. There's 2 shield batteries defensive because that observer did spot the push happening. The charge has been finished, so again mine can shut down the opponent over here. Opposing zealots. Oh, there is the Colossi. It's joining in. Well, it's gonna be joining in from the upstairs. It's being focused immediately, and yeah, the Colossi goes down. And push is really successful once again. GG's called, and TheAnswer takes game number 1. Let's jump into game number 2. Anyways, I welcome you back to the game number 2 between these 2 guys in the finals of the Amateur League Tournament Weekly, and we are looking at the main base of SmiteSteelUA, who is playing Protoss pieces in red color here on the top right corner, and he is playing against the person who seems to have all the answers in Terran versus Protoss. Probably not, but hey, still, the pun intended, and it's the Void, TheAnswer. Why I did say the Void? I think because the community. Well, I know that SmiteSteel is from Freedom House, and I have told that already in the first game, you know that, but yeah, that still is. And the pun did mess me up a little bit. And actually, he also is known as Nulie. So yeah, ask him the question why, don't ask me. Anyways, because he has the answers. Yeah, so it's again double gas from barracks. So this build we already have seen. Yeah, the Protoss probe has arrived already to explore what the situation, while behind it it's going for the pylon and gateway, and it's gonna try to block the natural, which is not the case because it's double gas, which means that the aggression is the thing that is gonna be done. So there will be a factory being built right now by the Terran player, and it will go for triple Reaper into 2 Hellion, I believe, aggression from this stage of the tech which he has. Meanwhile, the Protoss player is going for second gas, going for Cybercore, Nexus, Pylon at the natural. Yes, this map, Celestial Enclave, has a pocket base basically, which has this walking path which is accessible only for workers, for SCVs and probes. Then again, the distance between here and here is quite little, so technically siege tank could be sieged or pylon could be built and units could be warped in the other side. Yeah, that's specifics of this map. The Reaper arrives here. This time it has no access over the mineral land, so this time it has been walled off, at least partly, if not fully, and therefore the pathing and cycling over the mineral lane is not actually possible. Yes, this map has the pocket base, so that's the mineral walking path. There's the rocks, and this is one of possible, I believe, third bases. But there is this with extra gas, there is this. Usually the best suggestion would be just to go and expand in line, and then you can go forward. Either you do this and this, or you do this and this. This is more aggressive towards the opponent, this is more passive away from opponent. Anyways, here comes the force. 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, which we predicted to be happening. Meanwhile, at home we have Starport finishing. It's gonna be 2 tech labs, for one for the factory, one for the barracks, and reactor for the no, it's actually not reactor, my bad, it's tech lab, so it's going to be Banshee play here from the answer. Is that gonna be the answer? Who knows, The 3 Reapers use the jumping pad, the small jumping pad over here. And yeah, thank you for watching, good night, Drupacha, have a good sleeps, and have a wonderful start of the next week. Yeah, the Reapers did not find any damage, and yeah, the probe is walling off the jumping pod with a pylon, and there is a lot of stalkers being provided right now. There's robotics facility, there is blink being researched, so looks like the SmiteSteel is going to go for the same strategy for the stalkers colossi. At least it feels like that. It kind of feels familiar from the previous game. The grenade does save the crowd over here. That weakest Reapers left behind could be painful. Yeah, the Reaper and the Hellion does not have way. They are trying to loop around and things. That looks like the SmiteSteel has idea that such will be the ways. He was not willing to be aggressive. He was actually being more defensive, but he's letting the units slip through, and therefore his mineral line is in a little bit of danger right now. There is a robotics bay, a couple more gateways, which is technically giving scouting information for the answer over here. But yeah, those troops are going to go down definitely. That's 4 probes going down, and yeah, all the aggressive forces were lost. Meanwhile, we have 3 siege tanks, basically 2 siege tanks and 3rd in production. I don't see any 3rd base, while the 3rd nexus has been finished for SmiteSteel. There is double NGs being built, so I believe, yeah, the Terran player, yeah, he's going to fly his starport over to get reactor onto it and be able to provide some medivacs and Vikings to be able to deal with the colossi. Anyways, the blink stalkers are coming in. They are going to try snipe down some siege tanks. No, they are blinking in. They are blinking for defensive purposes. Now the observer is flying into the base and finding out that yes, indeed, there are 2 siege tanks. One of them could be sniped. Yeah, the Banshees are revealing themselves. They're actually getting the 7 probes, more than that actually, and yeah, the stalkers have been recalled back, but there is no observer over here, no way to spot these invisible units right now because Banshees are cloaked. The observer was here, I believe it's flying over the map together with the stalkers. Yep, there it is. But that's 25 probes. No, it's more than that. It's gonna be 30. It's gonna hit 30. It's gonna hit more than that. Shot down by the Banshees. Really good play here for the answer. And that's basically shutting down the whole economy of the Protoss player. The 3rd base right now is useless because the Protoss needs to reprobe his natural. and also a little bit of main, which means, yeah, he's far behind the workers. And meanwhile, the answer is actually building his own third command center here for the third base. He's building Vikings for the Colossi. He has a couple of siege tanks. He's making one more. Yeah, he has 3 siege tanks, and he's making 4th and going for the BO5. There is also concussive shells being researched for the Marauders, so they will slow down the units coming, which would be, for example, Stalkers, which would try to blink out for the Vikings to shut down them. A little bit of supply block over here, being for the answer. I don't know if he is building supply depots, so it will be solved soon. The observer is back. Observer has returned on the duty and is scouting all of the buildings that is doing stuffs. The 1-1 is halfway done, bit more than that. And meanwhile, on the opposite side, we have I believe 1 Colossi. There is the second Colossi, the thermal lens, extended thermal lens being researched, and the charge. And our main and natural has been fully saturated back, and the third base has started to be saturated after the huge worker loss. Meanwhile, the answer is moving out, and he's going to plan to build to land his third base orbital on the back of it. Well, his army supply is basically 76. That's not really the doubling the Protos's. The Protoss sees it coming with a lot of things. His observer at the Terran's main base, and also the observer on the way. The Vikings are trying to focus down the Colossi. One of them goes down, and the Stalkers are not able to deal with the rest of the army. The GG is called, and the answer is taking the game number 2, and we are jumping into the game number 3, which could be a match point for the answer. Anyways, welcome back into game number 3 in the finals of the Amateur League tournament between which are played with by these two fellow players, and we are looking at the main base of The Answer, which is playing Terran in Terran faction. Yeah, the blue colored pieces of Terran on the right top corner of Tourmaline Ladder Edition, and he is facing and right now beating 2-0 the SmiteSteelUA, which is playing red colored Protoss pieces on the bottom left corner in this game. Will SmiteSteel have the questions that The Answer cannot answer? We'll see after quite a bit of time, actually a few minutes, no? Yeah, because Answer, well, I believe we have seen both of his builds. Is there a third build in the case? I think there is, because the opening right now is more macro focused. Yeah, it looks like there is no double gases this time, so it's gonna be finished barracks into command center. Excuse me, I warned about the yawns coming in. And yeah, the two SCVs are tasked again with getting rid of the disturbing probe. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we have the natural, we have the cyber core, we have the gateway, we have the second gas coming up, and the pylon number 2. And yeah, the Protoss player is doing his own shenanigans. Yep, the Reaper is out for the Terran player over here. There is the second supply depot, while the command center is building also factory, and second gas is coming out, and the Reaper is arriving. There is a suspicious probe going around and checking for corners for possible proxies. Meanwhile, a chrono boosted Stalker has arrived, and the Reaper is trying to dodge it, but it's actually just move commanded to the natural, and the Reaper has free reign onto the mineral line. For some reason it didn't stay. He was kinda afraid from the Stalker coming back, and rightfully so. There comes the Stalker. And no, the Reaper is sent back in. Meanwhile, on the natural we have bunker, we have marines coming up. There, the factory almost finished, and there is a reactor for the barracks. So it's gonna be once again probably marine siege tank based army. The Stalkers get the Reaper. For some reason it chose to run back while actually it has jumping pad over here. Well, the probe has a probe which was called the, I don't know what was the explorer's name. Not the Rembrandt. I don't know any explorer like in top of my head right now. Damn, my mother wouldn't be happy about me. Failed in culture. Anyways, yeah, the probe, the explorer, not Dora the explorer, but the probe, the explorer has explored the whole top side of the map and he didn't find anything, unfortunately. Yeah, new land was not explored. Columbus. That's it. That's the one. The probe, Columbus probe, didn't find anything. Anyways, this blink research is the tech of choice. Robotics facility. So once again, it's gonna be Stalkers and Colossus. And once again, we have double mines coming out. So we have seen this. This was the build in the first game, I believe, that we saw. Yeah, it's Tech Labs for the barracks, basically, and the starport will be just flew away to get the reactor on it after the barracks have been finished, obviously. First, Liberator, siege tank for defenses, medivac of mines are flying in. Meanwhile, we have 5 Stalkers. The blink has not yet finished. The third base has been pretty much started, and the Stalkers are running over the map, but there is no defensive units right now. There is observer on the way. Here comes the Stalkers. They poke in. They confirm that indeed there is still a bunker, and the mine drop has happened, and the mine drop successfully gets 9 probes without being noticed. And the Stalker has been warped in. The blink research is almost done, but it's still not here. I believe this medivac will pin down a couple of Stalkers over here at the edge of the main base. Meanwhile, the Liberator is flying out with task to go for the natural to harass the workers again. And yes, the starport has finished switched the places with the barracks, and research of STEM has been started. Also NG Bay +1. There is siege tank number 1 out here, and there is couple more barracks joining in the action. And siege tank number 2 actually is already in my base. I didn't spot that, but there comes the siege tank number 3. So there might be like +1 push. Does Nulie have a scan? I guess he was like scaring away the observer, or he's still gonna scan it and kill it. No, he's not gonna waste. He's not gonna waste his time. Well, meanwhile on an opposite side we have the robotics bay, we have thermal lens, extended thermal lens research coming up, and first Colossi is already out, and we might expect some more Colossi joining in. The charge research has been started. The observer is looking. I think it was scanned and it was killed, and I missed it. Did I? I did it. I did miss that, unfortunately. Well, that happens. Anyways, yeah, the tech lab was switched from the factory to barracks once again. This time to go for the health packs. And there will be probably a couple of mines joining in, although the push has been started right now. There is a supply block here, quite extensive one, for the answer right now, so that is definitely not the answer to great army composition. Yeah, the charge will be finished. I don't think the second Colossi will manage to come out until the moment that this army will come in, but it's followed by observer all the way here, so it might be noticing. There is a pylon which is kind of scouting information or confirmation for the whatever. There were mines dropped, I believe, behind this from the medivac, and here comes the fight. The Stalkers are blinking on siege tank number 1, they're blinking on siege tank number 2, but they unsuccessfully They are not successful actually in killing siege tank number 1 nor the number 2. And there's a couple of units being brought in with the medivac onto the natural mineral line. So right now the army is pinned in the 3rd, and there is like the natural is under full threat here from the Terran player. The Colossi is getting rid of the siege tank successfully. So it was a trade, natural base for both siege tanks, and there are 3 Colossi right now. Yeah, all the probes are evacuated immediately, and the Colossi starts doing the work here. Oh, the medivacs now are using the triangle base position, and they are dropping down their units at the 3rd base. These probes unfortunately are not evacuated by the Protoss player, and there's a couple of Vikings arriving over here right now to start get rid of the Colossi, which are running circles after these medivacs full of units. They are dropped once again, this time in the natural. They're targeting down the probes as many as they can. The Immortal goes down, and that's 30 probes down the drain, and there goes the army of Terran away. Meanwhile, the supporting army basically is beelining from the barracks, starport. Actually, no factory units, but only barracks units. So that's bio units, marines and marauders coming in. The natural is being retaken right now by the Protoss player, but yeah, we'll see how that will go out. It's like the army supply basically is 3 times bigger for the Terran player over here. He has +1, he has Steam, and he is split dropping once again. This time he's going with some on the natural and with other group onto the army, which is pinned in the 3rd base over here. So that's natural base is going to go down once again. Yeah, Protoss is thinking about breaking it, but he doesn't have the amount of units necessary to do so. So that's natural fully going down once again, just retaken. The scan goes down, so the all division is also disabled. There is a couple of mines over here which could be used as siege tank or siege units in this case. Recall is happening, the army is recalled to the main base, and 3rd base is left alone once again. So the 3rd base is going to be hurt by the Terran player. The resupplying unit still is going beeline over the map, and I believe that's it. I don't think that Protoss player can recover. No GG called, but the answer takes the win. The answer takes the win of the 3rd game and win of the whole tournament. Congratulations. And yeah, that was pretty short and sweet here from the answer, who has the answers to all of what their opponents are throwing at him, including me and the other guys. Thank you for watching. Obviously leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and if you like all the other stuff, all the casts which I'm doing, you can check out all of them in the basically playlist, because I have a huge playlist of all of these stuffs. So yeah, see you in the next one.